Hello and welcome to the last video in our library research for CST 300 series where we'll focus on accessing APA resources. So I'm Jenny Dale, I use she, her pronouns, and I'm your communication studies librarian. I'm happy to help you with any APA citation questions that you might have. My goals for this video, by the end, I hope you'll feel comfortable locating the APA 7 resources tab on your CST 300 research guide. Correcting a generated APA 7 citation from an article in CMMC, the one that we looked at in the previous video, if you've seen that, and identifying resources for further help with APA 7, including, as I just mentioned, me. I'm a resource for you and I'm happy to help. So I have in a Google Doc pasted in a citation that was generated by Communication Mass Media Complete for this article, Front Row Friendships. And I pasted in here and also in Microsoft Word, and I'll show you both of those. So to me, the most important thing that I want to show you is how you can fix this kind of generated citation using the resources on your CST 300 research guide. So I'm also going to pull up, which I have on another screen here, your CST 300 research guide, and that's at uncg.libguides.com/CST300. And once you're on there, you can click the APA 7 Edition Resources tab. So I have some links here that are directly from the APA website with some reference examples and some in-text citation information. There is also a slideshow on here that my colleague Amy Harris-Hauk created that shows some of the big changes between APA 7 and APA 6 before it. And then I have something I've created for you, which is an APA handout that is specifically for communication studies. So I have on this handout, it's a PDF, which you can also link out and open up. I have examples of different types of sources in APA 7. So what I'm going to do here, I know I'm looking at a scholarly article found with a DOI. And here is an example. I know it might be kind of small on your screen, but I just want to show you kind of what this would generally look like. So what I'm going to do now is compare what I see over here that I pasted in to what I see on my APA 7 resources tab. Apparently that link works because it opened it up. So here I am looking at this as an example, and I see the beginning of my citation looks good. Author, last name, comma, first initial in this case, if there were first and middle, we'd include that. Then the year in parentheses, and then I get to see one of the main issues that I usually have to correct in these generated citations, and that's the capitalization within the article title. So you can see my example uses what we would call sentence case. And sentence case is sort of what it sounds like. You use the same capitalization that you would use in a typical sentence. So capitalize the first letter and then any proper nouns. Because APA does this, they also start capitalization again after a colon. And it's pretty common to have a colon, like have an article title and then a colon and then a subtitle. And so then that subtitle would also begin with the capital letters. So I'm going to show you here, the one thing I am noticing, I kind of was not paying attention to this, but it does have a weird gray highlight when I paste it. So I just unhighlighted that. And I am going to fix this. So I'm just going to say, all right, I know this needs to be sentence case. So none of these other letters need to be capitalized. You can make an argument for capitalizing the name of theories. I am going to just do this lowercase now just for the sake of making it clear in my demonstration. But, you know, if I wasn't talking through this, it would just take me a couple of seconds probably to get all this done. So there we go. So now that looks more like what I have on my example here. The next part is the journal title and then the volume and issue. Journal title and volume are italicized, issue is not, and it is in parentheses, and that is what I see here, Communication 63.3. And then after that, I have my page range, so a comment and then my page range, and that's what it looks like here as well. Then a period, and then a DOI link. So what I have here is a DOI link, which is going to be included in the citation that you get from CMMC if the article has one. If the article has no DOI link, you just leave it out. You just end it after the page numbers. So things are pretty much in the right order, but it's still not quite right. So in APA style, one thing to keep in mind is that you will typically be expected to use double spacing for your citations. This would be in our references list at the end, so I'll just call it references. And then the other big thing that is needing to be fixed here is that it's not in a hanging indent format. I am going to go up here again. I'm using Google Docs, that's my personal favorite, but I will show you this in Word as well. I'm going to go to Format, Align and Indent, Indentation Options, and then under Special Indent, I'm going to click Hanging, and there we go. The other thing is that APA allows different, APA 7 now allows different fonts to be used, but if your professor has a specific requirement, this is where you would want to go and change the font and the font size. So I promised I would show you this in Word as well. So same deal here. I just had pasted it in. You can try to clear out the background there. It's a little harder to me on Word. So what I might do actually just to make this faster is to copy from my Google Doc here. And it maintained some of what I did here. It has the capitalization stuff that I fixed already. It has the italics. But in Microsoft Word, you can actually do Control-2, and that double spaces it. And then I'm also now going to do Control-T, and that's going to give me my hanging indent. So this is now looking a lot more like my example. So you don't have to create all your citations from scratch. A lot of times you'll be able to just correct them using the resources that are available to you. And I have tried to make lots of those resources available on your CST 300 guide. I, again, am also a resource for you. So if you have questions, please feel free to contact me at jedale2@uncg.edu.